Welcome to my channel. My name is Cynthia and I'm a mom who's trying to get my family to financial freedom. I'm paid bi-weekly for my full-time job and paid 2 times per month for my part-time job. Today I will be counting my sinking funds for the very end of February to see what we're going into March with. So we'll go ahead and jump right in. First up is my annual sinking funds, which I keep in this binder right now. I switch them out all the time, but this binder from Michaels. And I did get these cash envelopes from Wedding at the Wilsons. She did a 100 subscriber giveaway, and so she made these specifically for me. This is the binder that it actually came in, but I love the binder so much that I'm using it as my personal binder. So I have my envelopes that I carry with me in there. So thanks so much. And I will link your channel down below, Wedding the Wilsons. So that way, if anybody's interested in going to see what she has going on, you can just check her out down below. Anyway, now let's really get into it. So first up we have anniversary. It says I should have $65. So I have 50, 65, which is perfect. My anniversary is actually in a few days. And so this money will be gone momentarily. All right. So I do have my information for February, so I'm just going to write in the totals here. But I'm going to set it off to the side so my camera's not continuously trying to focus on that. We have enough trouble with my camera focusing on what I want you to see. Anyway, so next up is back to school. Says I should have $100, and I do, 100. All right, and boys' birthdays. I have until June to save for this. We're just going to do a staycation, hotel. They want to swim, maybe eat. It says I should have $155, and I have $155. So I did call around to a couple of hotels nearby, and they said that their pools are open. Just when you make a reservation for a room, they ask that if you are interested in swimming, that you reserve a time slot, so that way you're not swimming with other families. Next up is car tax. This is a very new category that I have. I decided I wanted to separate my car tax from my car maintenance, but I have not started this one yet, so it has nothing. Next up is family pictures, which has $5, and it says I should have $5. And so I'm trying to decide what I want to do for the family pictures. We always do the holiday pictures at JCPenney, and so I was thinking maybe doing an outdoor setup of some sort. So we'll see how things go. I know that's going to set us back a little bit more, so that may be something that I will focus on next year, but I'll let you know. Next up is my 40th birthday. It says I should have 170. I'm so tongue-tied today. So I have 100, 20, 40, 60, and 70. Don't know what my goal is for this one. I'm just going to keep going at it. That's one of the things I decided with my 40th birthday. I just wanted to have something in there, and I'll go from there. So that's it for my annual sinking funds. And we will move on to my rotating sinking funds. And let's take a look. First up is birthdays. And it says I should have 20, and I do. I did have some birthdays in February that I did not prepare for. So I'm trying to do a little bit better, make sure I have something in there. I'm sorry, I'm going to keep stuffing this one and stay focused on it. So when the birthdays do come, I'm not scrambling. And budgeting says I have 0, and sorry guys, there's nothing in there. Next up, car maintenance. Says I should have $71, and I have 20, 40, 60, 71, which is perfect. I don't have any plans for any maintenance right now, but I did decide like I would start using my car maintenance for, you know, things like car washes and, you know, just if I want to run a vacuum out my car or whatever. Next up, I have clothing, which says I should have 40, and I do, 20, 40. I'm going to start working on increasing this one. My kids are just, man, the clothing situation, and I need somebody to adopt us all and give us clothes. Next up is electronics, which it doesn't have anything in it. I have not been focused on electronics. I am going to start working on that at some point. Home needs says I have 20, and I do. Sorry, my key's over there running amok. So let's see here. Alright, and that was 40 for clothing. I didn't write that down. Nothing for electronics. In-home has 20. I did, well, my fiance purchased the bed, and then I went ahead and paid for the moving truck. So that came out of here. Alright, and then we have our pet fund, which we did spend some purchasing some items for him. And it says I should have 15, so I have 10, 15 here. Perfect. We have a kitty named Mr. Fluffles, and so, you know what, let me go back. It looks like I skipped over. Oh no, I didn't. I did home needs. Okay. Sorry, I'm confusing myself. Self-care. Self-care says I should have 60, 20, 40, 60. And self-care is typically money. I do try to allocate something to self-care from my paychecks, but I also roll over my beauty money if I have any remaining, because I want to focus on getting my hair done and going into the summer, pedicures, things like that. So next up is travel. Sorry, I didn't write in the self-care, $60. And speaking of which, I have an appointment Saturday to get my hair braided, so that's going to be gone on Saturday. Okay, so next up, travel says I should have 30, 20, 30. Perfect. Alright. So no real plans for travel. The only thing we're really considering is once it gets warmer. We live in Colorado, so the really fun places to camp get pretty cold at night, so we have to wait a little bit longer before we can head out to go camping. Alright, so next up is my uh-oh fund, which is just basically a miscellaneous. If I overspend or if I need something and I don't have something in an envelope, or say I just have an urge to spend and I just don't have the money, this is where it would come from. It says I should have 67, 20, 40, 60, 65, 66, 67. And I do want to focus more on this, just because it's good to have that miscellaneous fund, especially for the things that you don't realize that you should be saving for until it's like, oh man, I should have been saving for that. So in my rainy day envelope, it's actually, I'm using it for YouTube, and right now it says 0 because there's nothing in there. So make sure you do enter my 500 subscriber giveaway. I will link that video down below. So now we'll move on to our holidays binder, and let's get started. So Valentine's, nothing is in there. We did spend that in the month of February. Easter is coming up next month. Not next month, in April. Okay. let's get it together. It says I should have $20, and I do. So I do want to get some Easter baskets, some candy, do a little Easter egg hunt. The kids love it, so we'll continue on doing that until, put this in the right way, until they're older and don't want to do it. But my mom did it until, I think we were 18, but when we got older, she would hide, eggs with money. So it would make it a little bit more fun for, older kids. So Mommy's Day says I have 40 and 2040. So that's correct. And I actually saw something that I wanted to get for my mom recently, and I was like, oh man, should I get it now or should I wait? But I'm going to keep an eye out. Once again, I do have a couple moms to buy for, so I don't want to, jump the gun. Next up is Daddy's Day, and Daddy's Day says I should have 25, 20, and 5, and I do. Have a couple of ideas for Daddy's Day, but it's rough. June is a rough month. Both my kids, my little boys, and my fiance's birthday is in June, and then Father's Day is in June. So that's why I have to try to make sure I'm saving whatever I can for that time frame. Next up, Independence Day. I don't really do too much for Independence Day. Usually my fiance is the one who purchases insane amounts of the fireworks. I usually just get the kids some sparklers, and we eat, barbecue or whatever. So just traditional, just not doing anything crazy. So right now it only has $5 in it. So when it gets a little bit closer, I'll start focusing a little bit more on that. Next up is Halloween, and we are a Halloween family. We like to have a good time. Oh, see, this one says I have $10, so let me add 5. I'm not certain when. Okay, so we'll just put 228. Okay, so now it's accurate. It says 15, and I have 15. I'm just going to update that here. But we do like to dress up with the costumes and candy and trick-or-treating and things like that. So last year we didn't do the traditional trick-or-treating. We nearby there was a Halloween festival celebration, and so you just you could wear costumes and things like that, but you just had to have a mask, and it was all outdoors. All of the little I don't want to call them tents, but pop-ups or whatever, where people were handing out candy were like 8 to 10 feet apart, so then the lines wouldn't be crazy, and then you had to stay separated from other people. It was actually awesome. I think it was way better than going trick-or-treating door to door. So hopefully that's something we can do again, but the costumes is the main part where we want to make sure the kids have fun costumes. Then Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving I don't do much. I just want to have a little money in here for food. It says I have $5. And for decor, I like to, mostly I just decorate the kitchen. For the holidays, the kitchen gets it. But Thanksgiving, $5. Alright. Next up, Black Friday. And I don't have a goal for Black Friday either. I keep saying I'm going to work on a goal. Right now it has $25 and it says I have $25. But Black Friday I use it to purchase, some things that I would like to have just because they're such really good deals. And then whether it be planner related, budget related, anything like that. Stickers, that's the time to buy it. Lastly, in my holidays envelope, I holidays binder is Christmas. Christmas says I should have 141. So I have 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 140, 141. Perfect. So actually this was only supposed to have 125 at the end of February, but Cassie J Budgets plays these games for Wednesday night game night, and so I decided I would participate in that, and so this envelope ended up getting a little bit more money, which I was pretty happy about. Alright, so that's it for holidays. Next, we'll move on to my savings. Now, this is the part of my financial setup situation that I am still trying to work out. If I want to do savings completely separate from my sinking funds, I just haven't quite figured it out. So for now, I'm just going to leave it as is, just because I know, like with my sinking funds, I will spend these savings. They're either just savings with no goals long term, or they're long term savings with a time frame where they will potentially be spent. If that makes any sense. Oh my goodness, I'm confusing us. Let's move on. So saving, first up is my 5-year-old Victor. And he has, it says he should have 225. So he has 225. Every time my savings envelopes reach $100, I do put in these, the prop money, and then I put the money into a savings account. So these ones are hopefully going to be bursting at the seams with prop money. Alright, so next up is my 6-year-old Vincent, and he should have the same. He used to try to put money in here just so he would have it, just, you know, more than his brother, but he hasn't. And his brother caught up with him, so this one says 225 as well, so 225. Alright, so those are looking good. Next up is Salenthia. So this is my savings, and I do have a couple of ideas that I want to use my savings for. It says I should have 220, so I have 220. I'm actually trying to pay off debt, and I am also trying to rebuild my credit. So I'm thinking I may have to use these funds to accomplish some goals that I have, that I'm working towards. So right now it has that $220. Next up is our home down payment, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it says I should have 700 in here. Perfect. And let's see here. And by the way, this is all prop money in here. Like I said, every time I reach $100, that prop money goes right in there, and the money goes straight to the bank. Alright, so this envelope does say self-care, but it is for my LASIK eye surgery. And I know it's going to take me a long time to save for this. It says I should have 30, 20, 30, because it's not a priority right now. It is, you know, just a want. So I am going to continue on trying to save for that. So next up is my Disney envelope, which says I should have $70, 50, 70, and I do. No clue when we're going to head to Disney, but I'm going to continue on saving for that. Alright, and then next up is my $2 bills. I haven't added or taken anything away, so that was $54. Still in my $2 bill envelope. And this is actually my prop money. These are my hundreds. These are my thousands, which hopefully next month I'll be able to start adding in at least one of those. That would be nice. All right, so that's it for my savings. Lastly, we have my challenges. All right, so I do have a couple of challenges that I'm working on. Let me go ahead and take this out of here. And basically, I've been using my rollover money for my challenges. I found that that's the best way to keep me motivated and continue on staying focused and saving whatever I can. All right, so first up we have my 52-week challenge, which says I should be at $298. So I have 100, 200, 250, 270, 290, 295, 96, 97, 98. So that's awesome. Now the 52-week challenge, I should end up with $1,352, I believe. So I have a long way to go, but still making a lot of progress only for 2 months. Alright, next up is my calendar challenge where I'm saving $7 per week. And I don't know if I've said this to you or if you've heard this from me before, but all of these challenges I am working at my own pace. So this is a higher amount than if I was following the calendar. So $7 a week, it says I should have 119. So I have 100, 110, 115, 16, 17, 18, 19. So I am just going to continue on working these and adding whatever I can whenever I can. And try to reach these goals and possibly do some other challenges before the end of the year is up. So lastly is my $1,000 savings challenge, which is just a sheet that I have with different amounts that add up to $1,000. Right now it says I should have 178, so I have 150, 60, 65, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74. 150, 160, 165, 170, 171, 72, 73, 74. Okay, so I'm going to, I don't know how I miscalculated. Maybe when I transferred to the new sheet, I miscounted, but I have 174. I'm going to count one more time, guys. 150. Sorry about this, sirens. 150, 160, 165, 170, 71, 72, 73, 74. Okay, 174. I'm not certain what I did wrong there, but it actually has 174, so I'm going to update it to say 174. Okay, put this back in here. Alright, and I am participating in March Madness. Now this is just a random savings challenge where you just save whatever you can each week in the month of March. You just write in your amounts here, put the total there. If you want to reveal it on your YouTube channel, you can. I will link the information down below for March Madness if you are interested in participating. Alright, so now I am just going to add up this information here and see what we've got. 100, 155. So in my annual sinking funds, I have $325. And then in my rotating sinking funds, 40, 20, 15. Okay, this is why I wanted to separate them. I have a calculator with little tiny buttons and I have chubby fingers. 71, 40, 20, 15, 30, 67. Okay, YouTube had nothing. Rainy Day had nothing because I moved that to YouTube. Plus 60 in self-care. So 323. Alright, and then holidays, we're looking at 20, 40, 25, 5, 15, 5, 25, 141, 276. All right, in savings, 225. Let's see, times 2 plus 220, 70, 30, 754, 1524. And my challenges, 298 plus 119 plus 174, 591. All right, so let's start with the savings and challenges. So 591 plus 1524. So my challenges had the 591, my savings had the 1524. So my savings and challenges are at 2115. What? Okay, so 2115. And then my sinking funds, 276 for holidays. 3. Oh no. Let's clear that. I said 276, didn't I? I did. 276 for holidays. 323 for rotating sinking funds. 325 for annual sinking funds, which gives me a total of $924 in my sinking funds. Okay, so the grand total, all of the cash that I have saved, both at home and in the bank, I have, let's write it up here, $3,039 going into the month of March. Okay, quite the task, had to be done. Kind of need to keep track and see what you're doing with your money and where it's at and where you stand. And then checking in on them every once in a while is a good idea because mistakes are made. Clearly we saw that here today. But anyway, guys, I really do appreciate all of you watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. All of those things that can keep us connected. And I look forward to seeing you all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.